Yeah, hey, welcome to the channel. Woo, all right. This is a big Mountain Dew, so we get the full effect. Don't tase me, bro. Hit me with the lightning. That right there make you reflect on all the choices you've ever made in your life and know that at least one was a good one. All right. What's going on? Hey, don't tell Teresa that I took this, because she will notice either Saturday or Sunday. One of those days is house cleaning day for her, and her OCD locks in and she gets the cleaning stuff out and starts dusting and spraying and vacuuming and doing all those things that she does, and she will notice that this is gone. Now, she doesn't actually use this, but she will notice that her backup is gone. She'll look in there and go, wait a minute, there's an open spot, because her OCD stuff's all, she'll be like, wait, open spot, and she'll go, idiot probably took it. He's gonna waste it on those cars. That's right, I'm gonna clean the window. It's a little rough looking, so I can actually see the fuel pressure gauge outside. We did order a gauge cup for it. It is coming from Britain. In case anybody is wondering, we're getting it from Britain. Just saying. And it's going to be maroon, in case anybody was curious about that too. So, why do we order a maroon gauge pod from Britain? Well, because it's like $10 shipped. It's cheap, and it does what I need it to do. It holds the gauge. We've also ordered wheel studs for the axles for Trojan, and so we'll have everything to put that together. We've got a lot of rear end work to do. I feel like I've been doing like a lot of rear end transmission stuff here lately. It's kind of disappointing because those aren't fun jobs. I also ordered 3 belts. That's right, or 1, 2, 3. Ordered 3 belts off of eBay. These Dayco belts, 3 of them. I get 3 of them off eBay from different sellers, of course, for basically what one Dayco was going to cost me at the auto parts store, and they didn't have any in stock. So I got 3 on the way. I did put our gimped up one back on. I don't know why, I couldn't help it. And again, we're going to have to figure out what our issue is here. If you eyeball it, it looks pretty good. Now, haven't actually put a straight edge on it, you know, to kind of see what's going on. I think Bruce has got one. I don't have one out here, I got one at home. Could be an alignment issue. I'm definitely not a fan of how this idler deal is. This thing, I need to try and put like a washer or something in this thing. It feels wobbly. I could also mount the GoPro, try and mount the GoPro somewhere, which is very sketchy. Teresa, if you're watching this, don't listen to this part. Where I could maybe mount the GoPro. I could probably make it where it won't fall off or anything, and kind of see what it's doing, what it's trying to do. So anyway, and I want to do the shift light thing. We're also going to look at the frame. Probably not going to do that today. It's really humid. The floor is gross. And I just don't feel like doing it today. But we'll start doing some preliminary looks at our cheap frame connectors. So anyway, a lot of talking as always, but I'm just trying to give you guys the 411 of what is going on as we inch ever closer to our inevitable track day. But we do have some things that we have to get squared away. We were just playing with it. Well, this belt's damaged too. That's not helping matters. I was playing with it, and it's really, there's a couple things going on here. Number one, the alignments, I don't know. depends on how you look at it. Like if I'm looking at it just like this, these flanges line up with the idler, which line up with, but of course, I mean, I need to put a straight edge on it. It looks, but when I'm looking at it like this, it almost looks like it's off a little bit. Part of it was it wasn't tight enough, and I thought I had it pretty tight. So we're going to figure that out some, because I still have some adjustment here, but it definitely jumped off. It actually scared me. Say I got some more adjustment. Do I? It looked like we were off by about a quarter of an inch. So the remedy, we can't move this in anymore. I mean, without a bunch of hassle. We can't move this out anymore without a bunch of hassle. So we'll move the pulley out a little bit. So all I really need is a little bit of a spacer, and then we'll just, you know, we'll space the pulley out a little bit, see how that works. We've shimmed up our pulley and we got it tight. Now, again, this belt is stretched out. It has a rip in it. So that is definitely not helping us at all. But I'm gonna fire it up. We're gonna rev it up, and see if I get pooty tanged in the face with the belt. Side I tell you, with a Timmy time. One of the washers out. Check out them frame connectors. Free of charge. Woo. Yay for humidity. You can see the light, like misty. Oh my gosh. Florida, man, gotta love it. Ooh, the humidity has not left us at all. We are still out here messing with the car. It's the next day. We got it all jacked up. We're gonna attempt to weld our piece of metal on for one of our subframes, and both seeing how the one goes. Ideally, you wanna have the car level on the suspension and stuff. This car, I don't know if we can get it level. I don't know if we can get it square. At this point, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna try and weld this garbage together, and it'll help more than what we have now. Depending on how that goes, we may try and run a piece off the homemade frame connector to help support the seat. It's a little, little sketchy on the driver's side. It's really sketchy on the passenger side. So if you want to go for a ride in it, it's up to you. But I can't promise anything. I put one of them tractor seats like death proof. But yeah, we're going to try and shore the seat up a little bit. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're oh, that's another thing. We found out who sent the spool. It was Chris O. And there was supposed to be a note in the box, and Amazon dropped the ball on that, so I didn't have any idea. But Chris, and he never sent me a text or anything like, hey man, I got something coming your way. It was supposed to be a surprise, and it was a surprise and a pleasant one. So Chris, thanks for the spool. We appreciate it. I think we pretty much almost basically got spools for everything right now of what's for our future. So thanks to you guys for, you know, helping out. You guys don't have to do that. Chris has a project car. He's got a Thunderbird, a really cool Thunderbird. I think it's 86. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 86. I like those cars. So he's working on that, and he doesn't need to be spending money on our channel. He needs to be spending money on his Thunderbird. But I can't control what you guys do. But I appreciate it. We will definitely put it to good use. I would have a spool in every single thing, and literally I almost will have a spool in every single thing that we'll have going. Just so it's just one thing I don't have to worry about at the track. But yeah, Chris, thank you very much. Just certainly appreciate it. Now, let me see if I can do something with this situation of these connectors. You don't want none of Tusson's chassis. Look at us making something. Look at us. And once we, look at this right here. I'll weld this up too. Once we get the old shite bar mounted in the back, that piece of aluminum, y'all don't be sweating me about this thing flexing. It's a freaking T-top with no floors. Get off my back. Get off Rob's back. We're gonna run 7s like this, dude, with homemade frame connectors and a aluminum C-channel shite bar in the back. That is how we roll. 7s, if we can keep a damn belt on this thing. We're gonna figure that out too. Don't worry, guys. We always figure it out, or we just give up and put a carburetor on it. Also caught my shirt and arm on fire because I'm not following the proper safety protocols. I would just like to point that out. Check it out, guys. Got 2 brand new deco belts in. One is a poly rib and one is a poly cog. So whichever one you think you want some of, you just let me know. I'll put the poly cog on. That's for the street, and the poly rib is for the track. So you just let me know how you want it, because that's how I'm gonna give it to you. All right? Because that's how we roll around here. And we have another belt on the way. So all 3 of these belts is what basically one costs at retail store. So boom, goes the dynamite. All right, we don't mind that. That's substandard welding. Hey, you know, the other ones, we're not done yet. We've still got a lot more flux to screw and glue on there. So, but I got tired of doing that because honestly, that's a suck job. I suck at it and it just sucks. But I thought I'd put one of the new belts on. Someone made a comment about it not having a bypass. Well, I've been looking for one even before, you know, when I started working on the car. I kind of started scrounging around looking for one online and this, that, and the other, just doing a little research because I haven't had a blower car in 30 years. I've never had one without a bypass. When I bought my first Vortec kit, there was only like 2 kits out. There was the what you guys, or I say you guys, you old guys know what I'm talking about, an A trim. And you guys call them V1s now. They're V1s, and then there's V2s and 3s and 7s. And back in the day, for me, there was the A trim, and the first kit I bought was actually what they call the Cobra kit or the HO kit, and it came with the bypass and stuff. You also had the B trim, and then the R trim had literally just come out, and you couldn't even get that in a kit. It was a head unit only. It was for people that had already bought Vortex and wanted to upgrade to the race blower, which I did. I don't know, I probably had my A trim about a year, and then I think I got an R trim. It's hard to remember, it's been a long time. And I bought a cog belt from ASP back then. They were selling cogs because I was having the same problems everyone else was having, belt slip and all this kind of stuff. And all and mine was 8 rib. When I got my kit, it was 8 rib to begin with. But you know, the 10 rib hadn't come out yet, and not really. So you know, it was a fun time, but it was an extremely frustrating time because of how you didn't have stuff. So what I'm getting at is I've never had a centrifugal without a bypass on it. They've always had a bypass. And someone said when it's snapping the throttle shut, it's hitting the impeller, and that's what's causing the belt to jump off. Maybe so. I was going to get a bypass anyway because at some point in time, who knows when, who knows if ever, we'll probably maybe put a smaller pulley on it, and you know, like 8 or 9 pounds or something like that. These things are pretty temperamental, it seems like, with bearings and stuff like that. So we don't get too crazy. We got to just meet our goal first. But anyway, so I've got one. I'm going to order one, and of course I didn't buy a whole kit. I'm just going to buy the valve, and then me and Yoda will drill out the discharge, and we'll just kind of, you know, get some fittings and some heater hose, and we'll just make us something special. But anyway, I figured I would try and start it up and just kind of see what's going on. Since we have a brand new belt, and I did put the poly rib belt on, not the cog. All right, let's see if we can cold start this deal. And don't mind these header gaskets. It's not like these exhaust gaskets. It's not like we're going to get rid of the tailpipes and these shorties and stuff, or are we? Freaking tailpipes, dude. All right, let's see what we got here. Let it warm up a little bit. I don't think it was out of alignment or anything like that, because I was shimming it and stuff, and I was just making it way worse. So I mean, I'm scared to snap it down, because that's what they say pops the belt off. We get a bypass. Because I think both times you threw the belt off, I got on it and let off of it real quick. So maybe there's something to that. But needless to say, we will have a bypass here before long. And probably some long tubes. And some bullets. Oh no! Sounds like sevens to me. Woo! Yeah. I can hear the collective groan now. And these are ones that came with patches. These are little 1.5 inches. We had these on the LTE. I mean, on the love boat. Hey, these made 240 horsepower, yo. Don't be sweating me on that. The other thing is, by putting these on, we'll also be ditching our O2s, which someone said that's a old school blower trick, which I always ran O2s on mine, but hey, maybe he'd be happy with that. Settle down, big man. So, anyway, boom! Tailpipe Mafia. Yeah, I made the belt fly off this thing. I made it fly off when I was revving it with the old belt. Of course, it had a rip in it, so that didn't help matters. So we had an old belt of unknown mileage, year, condition. It could have been something with a belt. I don't know. But get this thing to the track before it gets 189 degrees outside. Blowers don't like hot weather. No cars like hot weather. Hey, you know that. So, cool. Got some champion. Let's give a GE rev. See what happens. Got one frame connector, probably 75% welded on. We've got another one probably 40% welded on, and I screwed up because this one has a hole in it, which I was like, oh cool, I can just drill through the front subframe, the rail, and I can just make like a plate and more of a sandwich. And this one had the same thing, and I put it at the wrong end. I put it on the wrong side. I screwed up. I mean, I could still drill a hole, but Jesus Christ, man, that metal's pretty thick. That's gonna take a while. So that's disappointing that I did that. But you know what? I'm full of disappointments. Ask Teresa. But so we're getting onto that, and we got this new belt on. This was the most exciting part, at least for me, is that we think so far so good. I mean maybe it'll stay on. Again, we're gonna get a bypass stuff. As a matter of fact, when I go home today, I'm gonna order that damn thing. Everybody feel better now? Everybody feel better? And that'll be tonight, like Monday. I guess the video will be out Monday. Maybe Monday, ordering that bypass. Order bypass. So boom, get off my back. You guys leave me alone. I'm an NA guy, man. I don't know shit about this stuff. I had one of these 30 years ago. Not one of these. I had one 30 years ago. It's like voodoo. It's not magic. It's science. I don't understand science. So yeah, but making progress. I like to say so. And yeah, we'll put those long tubes on. Just go ahead and start filling the comments up now, moaning and crying. But it's not going to do you any good at all. So anyway, hey, thanks for commenting anyway. Even though it's going to be a bunch of stuff, I'm not going to want to hear about long tubes and the car sounds so good with tailpipes. Sounds like a soccer mom car. Stop. It's a zombie race car. Guys, killing me with this nonsense. If you like your tailpipes, bless your heart. But in my household, my neighborhood, of course I'm the only one, we roll with bullets, loud and proud. So thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. We couldn't do it without you. And honestly, would we really want to? Probably, but we wouldn't. Yeah, maybe we would. But especially, thanks for watching. And until next time, the substandard leader in zombie Mustang videos, Fox body videos, on this here man's YouTube, 1 year only Lincolns, 4 drag vans, and as always, fighting a good fight against Dr. Fear, regardless of what this thing says in second gear. We'll see you guys in the next video. How you like that?